Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday to you guys. I'm Angela with Happy Little Stitch Shop, and today is Thursday, April 1st, 2021, and I am so excited to be here with you guys today. We got to hang out on Tuesday night, and that was kind of fun. I hope you guys had fun at the new release party. Did you guys enjoy that? There were some really great responses to some of the collections that are coming out. And so that gets me really excited when I see that you guys are happy about some of the stuff that's coming. So yay, I'm super excited about that. Hello, everybody. Let me see who is out here. Pretty soon, I'm not going to be able to say hello to everybody right away. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Jody. Tammy, Huckleberry, hello. Huckleberry, I got your quilt. It just arrived like 5 minutes ago. It's super cute. Your NICU quilt. Thank you so much for sending it. It is beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much for sending it and for participating in our NICU quilt thing. I really appreciate that. Cold and windy. It is cold here too, but it's supposed to be in the 70s this weekend, and I cannot wait. I'm super excited about that. Want to get outside and soak up some warmth and sun. Hi, Sam. Hello, Justine, Stephanie, April, Debbie, Missouri Stitcher. Hello, Sandy Kim. Hello, Lori, Carla. I'm sitting outside listening to my chickens crowing. Nice. Hello, Valeria. Happy April Fool's Day. Yes, happy April Fool's Day. Happy Thursday, Martha, Angie. Love Tuesday, says Missouri Stitcher. Oh, good. I'm so happy. Huckleberry, you missed it. I know there are some beautiful collections. I was really excited to see you guys get excited about it. Morgan, happy April Fool's Day. Hello, Teresa. All of them are nice. Such a great thing to do. Yes, I'm excited to do a trunk show of all the NICU quilts. And I'm thinking that'll be coming up soon. Like within a week or two after Easter, we'll do a trunk show and you guys can see all the beautiful quilts that I received. And I know that there are a lot of other ones that got sent out directly to NICUs or donated directly. But I have a stack here of the ones that you guys sent to me, and I can't wait to share them with you guys because they're all so cute. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Brandy. Cindy, cold and windy in Northern Virginia. Hello, Sophia. Hello, Brandy. Thank you for the party Tuesday night. It was fabulous. Yay. I hope people had fun. I had fun. It was fun. I was excited to share that stuff with you guys. I get kind of anxious to share new collections, especially ones that I really like and I'm excited to show you. Autumnal. I have conquered that word. Oh my gosh, the other night, one of the quilt kits is called Valeria. Thank you so much. Hugs to you, Valeria. That better not be an April Fool's joke. I don't think you could do that as an April Fool's joke. Thanks for being you. Thank you. You are a sweetheart, Valeria. I really appreciate that. My kids get a kick out of when that happens. They get a kick out of the animations because I'll let them go back and watch the animations, and they get a big kick out of the little avocados or pears. I'm not quite sure what they are, but they get a kick out of those. So thank you, Valeria. You are so sweet. But yeah, the other night there is a quilt kit that is from the Cozy Up collection by Corey Yoder that's coming out in August. And it's called Autumnal. And for whatever reason, the other night, I was completely drawing a blank. And I was like, autumnal. Like I was sitting there thinking, I couldn't stop repeating the word over and over. It's like my body was out of my control and I could not stop repeating the word. And I kept saying it and I kept thinking in my brain as I was saying it incorrectly, I can pronounce words. Like, what is my problem? And so autumnal, I can do it. And I have defeated that word. Valeria says she laughed so much. My first time catching you live. Oh, hello, Jennifer. I'm so glad you're able to be on. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Debbie says you are hilarious. I don't know what happened, but afterwards, I was talking to my husband. I was like, I can pronounce words, right? Like, I don't know what happened with this word, but anyway, you guys were all trying to like send me the pronunciation and I kept reading it. And I was like, why can't I say this? Sam, you just need to add in a British accent while you're saying it. Make it super fancy. Oh my gosh, my kids tease me all the time about my British accent and any other accent. Have you guys ever played the game Heads Up, where you put the thing up on your head and it gives you a phrase or something, and the people looking at it need to get you to guess what it says? And so one of the categories that you can do in that game is accents. And so it'll have a phrase, and the people who are looking at have to say that phrase in that accent, and you have to guess what accent they're using. So anytime I am out there trying to give clues, people will do accents because they know that I think my accents are fabulous, but they all think that my accents are horrible, and they have so much fun and get such a kick out of watching me try to do these accents and guess at what accent I'm trying to use. So my accents are funny. I struggle saying rural. Really, Elizabeth? Yeah, people say, I mean, and then there are different, you know, sometimes depending on where you're from, people say things differently, like roof versus roof. Or, you know, there's just all sorts of things that people say differently. But for whatever reason, the other night, holy camoli, I could not say that word. Tammy says, I reserve the Love of Nature quilt kit on Tuesday. That one got such a big response. You guys were all so excited about it. I mean, it looks just like a cross stitch sampler. It totally does. It's very, very pretty. Okay, so I just had to share that I conquered the word. Let's see. I think I got everything from the other night that was not already on the website for reservation. I got it on, except for one, Saturday in Paris. I'm going to do that. So I know there's one request out there for a Saturday in Paris quilt kit, and I haven't gotten to that yet, but I'm going to try to get that done today. So everything else I think that people requested is up on the website. It is live. You can reserve it and just reserve away. Stacy says, hello. Hello, Stacy. Hubby wouldn't stop chattering. Morgan says it's based off a cross-stitch chart to be released in August. Yes, that's what we said. Somebody said the other night. Was it you, Morgan? Maybe it was you. That there's supposed to be a cross-stitch chart that's going to be released this fall in August. That is going to look like that quilt. So that's really exciting because it's beautiful, but holy cow, I wonder, that could be a lot of stitching. I used to say chicken instead of kitchen. I've known people who have done that too. But Valeria, you have like a translation thing in there too. So that would be even trickier, you know, coming and having to learn all of the different ways that people say things here. That'd be crazy. Okay, so all of this stuff should be online, I think. Speaking of people like messing up words, my husband does that on purpose. Oh, Morgan says it wasn't, but I watched her most recent Flosstube video today and she talked about it. I'm super excited. Teresa Kogut, she is the designer of For the Love of Nature. It's a new collection that's coming out in October, November, something like that. And there's a quilt kit on the website, happylittlestitchshop.com, that's called For the Love of Nature quilt kit, and it looks just like a cross stitch sampler. And so she's supposed to be releasing the actual cross stitch in August, which will be really, really exciting. But I made it. Hello, Kara. Spring break begins now. Happy spring break. Enjoy. My kids are actually on spring break this week. We're almost through spring break. And so they're having spring break right now. We went for a ride over the weekend just to get out of the house and try to go someplace. I can't remember what we did, but every time we get into the car, the kids like to listen to music. And so this has made me reflect on the evolution of parent music, because when my kids were little, when they were newborns, you know, you listen to a lot of lullabies, a lot of soft kind of quiet music. And then they progress to toddlers and to preschoolers, and you're listening to like the Backyardigans, which I'm actually a fan of Backyardigans songs. So for anybody out there who has little toddlers, I highly recommend Backyardigans because that was my jam for a number of years. We listened to Backyardigans all the time. And I actually like the song, listen to Trudge, 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 and try not to do the skate as you're listening to that song. So we progressed to Backyardigans. And then now as they're preteen and teen, for a while they're in the middle, like in elementary school, I would listen to like music that I like from like the 60s, 70s, 80s. I kind of like all kinds of music. It just depends on if I like the song. It doesn't really matter what kind of music it is, but I like oldies and stuff like that. And so we would listen to that. And my kids thought that it was great. I would turn on a song and they loved my music. But now we're hitting preteens and teens. And suddenly anything that mom likes is an automatic dislike by the child. And so I'm like, oh, let's listen to this song. And they're like, no, we don't want to. Now they have their own music tastes. And so I was in charge of the music on the trip. And so I put on kind of their kind of music. So some more current, more recent music. And this song came on, and it's not a special song by any means. There's nothing fantastic about it. But for whatever reason, I really liked it. And so I kept hitting repeat. And my husband was like, oh my gosh, stop playing this song. But my kids were kind of liking it too. And so we kind of found this common ground for this song that they were kind of liking and I was kind of liking. But my husband changed the words. The name of the song is called Watermelon Sugar High. And so the whole chorus is like Watermelon Sugar High. And he changed it to Watermelon Sugar Pie. And so I was like, knock it off. Stop changing the words. And he's like, Watermelon Sugar Pie. I don't like the song. So I'm going to change the words and make it fun for me. And so I'm trying to sing the song. And my little one in the back seat, I say, Watermelon Sugar High. And she goes, pie, mommy, pie. And I was like, no, it's not pie. It's high. And she's like, pie. And so I keep saying Watermelon Sugar High. And she keeps saying pie. Like, no. And so the kids are laughing. My husband is like reaching back and high-fiving the little 2-year-old in the back seat. And he thinks she's pretty awesome. And I'm like, no. And then I'm singing it. And then I start saying pie by accident. It was just a whole big mess. Okay. Lots of Teresa Kogut stuff. She's awesome. I actually am trying to order some of her expo releases. So keep an eye out for that. We listened to VeggieTales when our kids were little. I love the Backyardigans. Yay, Sandy. So do I. The music is fun. It's funny. I love it. And we didn't do the Wiggles, and we did a little bit of VeggieTales. Well, my hairbrush. What is that one? There's a hairbrush song for VeggieTales. Hello, Kim. VeggieTales is great too. Wait till the teenage songs start. I know it's just beginning, Valeria. Hope your baby is okay. Trisha. Oh no, what happened? Had to go pick up our dog from the vet. Well, so glad you could join us, Trisha. I hope your little pup is okay. Hi, Kim. As teenagers, our kids were hooked on 80s hairbands and rock. No influence there. We loved Backyardigans. My second son loves 70s and 80s music. He always surprised. I know all the words. Yes. Good morning. Tuesday was so fun. Oh, good, Sue. Wiggles was for my oldest. They were fun. We love Bubble Guppies. Yes, we do Bubble Guppies too. Bubble, 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 guppy, guppy, guppies. And then the lunch song. It's time for lunch. Okay. Anyway, let's progress here from all of the music. Let's jump into some cross stitch. So first of all, Flea Market Flowers. Flea Market Flowers cross stitch by Lori Holt has been added to the shop. This, you guys had asked about it as soon as you saw the release, and this is what it looks like, so that you guys, if you haven't happened to see it, then you can see what I'm talking about. But it is Lori's cross stitch version of her Flea Market Flowers quilt that she just finished making. It's beautiful. So as soon as this was released, I had a lot of requests for it. A lot of requests and a lot of questions about if we were going to do so long or not. And I couldn't decide because I'm having a hard time imagining fitting another thing into our stitch along schedule. So it will be a very slow roll, as Sam and Kim like to call it, a slow roll stitch along. Like we are going to go pretty slow with it. So I did a kind of a poll last night on Instagram to see how many people were interested in it. And the amount of people who said that they wanted to do a stitch along with Happy Little Stitch Shop was really quite overwhelming. And so today I put the reservation out there and people have been signing up like crazy. So I'm super excited about it. We're going to start this in June. When you do the reservation, you can choose if you want to stitch on 14 count Aida or if you want to stitch on 25 count Lugana. The sample here that's shown in the picture, Lori stitched that on 25 count Lugana. So you can choose which you want to stitch it on. And if you want a cloth other than those two options, you can always reach out to me and I can do my best to help you get the cloth that you want. Right now, as of right now, I can still try to do custom requests like that. That might change in the future, but I can do the best that I can right now. So this is out in the shop. So excited for it, says Stacy. Will you carry the Barley Lugana? Okay, so Elizabeth, here's the deal. I'm going to come back and answer that question. Hold on. Flea market cross stitch. People are excited. I love the new cross stitch. I hurt my left shoulder 10 days ago and it's still very painful. So I'm so sorry to say that I couldn't finish. Oh, Valeria, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. Do not feel bad about it. Do not feel bad about it. Just get better. Holy camoli. Hope your shoulder feels better. Just rest so that you can get back to stitching and sewing with us. Take care of that shoulder. Still working on that quilt. On the flea market, but I saw, so Huckleberry posted in Happy Little Stitchers, which is our Facebook group, a great idea to share your sewing space so that we can kind of, have that community feel on our Happy Little Stitchers group. So that was a great post. I was so excited when I saw that, Huckleberry. It was an awesome idea. So I hope people will share on our Happy Little Stitchers group your sewing space. And so she shared a picture of her sewing space, and I saw your flea market on your design wall. It looks so good. Oh my gosh. It's so, so good. Yes, slow roll along. Love it. And I need a slow roll. Good. Oh, I don't know, Huckleberry. I don't know why you can't see everyone else's comments. I stitched 2 over 2. This is 25 count Lugana. So on that, I stitched 2 over 2, but you don't have to. You can choose to stitch 1 over 1, but I do 2 over 2. And especially for a design like this, I feel like, I want it to be bigger. I don't want this design to be small. I want it to be big to enjoy all those beautiful flowers and those beautiful colors. So I will stitch 2 over 2. We pick fabric for the April spotlight. Is the polka dot one Lugana or linen? The polka dot one is linen. That's 32 count linen. And it should say that on the website for each of them. There's 14 count hazy, 14 count Aida Cafe au lait, 16 count Aida Cafe au lait, 25 count Lugana in mushroom, and 32 count linen in the polka dot. Craft room share. Yes, on Happy Little Stitchers, Stacy. Craft room share is on Happy Little Stitchers. So post your craft room, but not. Oh, okay. Okay, Valeria. But I do have a craft room. Thanks. I saw the choices and picks, but couldn't map. Okay. So Elizabeth, here's the answer to your question. I just saw this cross stitch when you guys saw it. Like, I didn't know that it was coming. I didn't know anything about it. Didn't know anything. So as soon as I saw it and I started to get requests for it, I started to check into what was used, the DMC floss, because I have to collect all of that, and plus the cloth. So she stitched on her 25 count Lugana in barley, which I would love to get my hands on her Lugana cloth because I think the colors are fabulous. Every time I try to get my hands on it, I cannot. And I tried for the cloud, for Sew by Row, and I couldn't get it. It wasn't available. It's still not available. I just checked last night and I did not see it out there. Same thing with barley. I went out there last night. It says it's not due until September. So there's no way that I'm going to get that in time to do this stitch along. So I I wish that I could get it, and I can't. If I would have known about the stitch along ahead of time, maybe I could have gotten it, although I'm not sure if it's being released in September or if it is sold out and it's due in September. Like the restock is due in September. I think that that's the case. I did contact Lori about it, and she got back to me and she said, I know that it's sold out right away, but yeah, it's not due till September. So that's where we're at with that. However, I did look, her cloth comes from Zweigart. And so I looked to see if Zweigart had a similar color, and the color for it that really is closely matches it is bone. And so that's what I'm looking at getting for the Lugana, is to get that bone color, because it's pretty close to what she has for the barley. Count equivalent to the 14 count Ada. So if you do the Lugana for in the 25 count, that breaks down to like a 12.5 Ada. So it's not quite the same as a 14 count. It'll be a little bit bigger on the Lugana versus the Ada. Your overall stitch will be a little bit bigger on the Lugana versus the Ada. Still trying to figure out the size. That's okay. You and a lot of people, that's pretty common. I love Lugana, says Huckleberry. Yeah. So we're looking at bone 25 count Lugana by Zweigart. That is going to be the option that's available with the stitch along. That's okay. Do you have any recommendation close to that color? Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm planning to get, is the 25 count bone. And that's what will be included in the stitch along kit for those who chose 25 count. For those who chose 14 count Ada, lamb's wool is the color that I'm looking at for that. Yeah. Yes, Stacy, it will still look very good on the lamb's wool for sure. Because it's meant for either of those counts. So when she designed it, like on her chart, you can see what she had in mind when she designed it. And she has either 25 count Lugana or 14 count Ada for her options. So it'll look really good on either of those. That's why I offered those two sizes, because that's what the intention was when the chart was made. When will the stitch along begin? Is there plenty of time to get? There is not plenty of time to get barley. So the stitch along is going to start in June. And so we won't have the barley in time. I'm so happy I remember this live because I missed the release party. Oh, bummer, Megan. I watched the replay though, and I love Midnight Garden. I think we should. So a lot of you have been asking for that, a so long for Midnight Garden. I am game for it. You guys know that I'm game for almost anything. It may put me in the ground just because there's so much stuff happening. But you know that I am game to do whatever. So if people really want to do a so long for Midnight Garden, please comment and let me know. And if we have enough of an interest that it makes it worth doing it, then I'm totally on board with that. Larry says, sounds great. Okay, thanks. Nice. What about parchment, vintage cloth? Yeah, I looked last night. The only one that I could get last night was Cloudy Gray, I think, was the only one that was available. So parchment wasn't available either. Do you get all you need? Yeah, so in the kit for the stitch along, so if you sign up for Flea Market Flowers stitch along, you get the chart, you get the DMC floss kit, and you get the cloth. So you get everything you need to do it. And then we'll just stitch it along together. Like I said, it's going to go pretty slowly. So we'll probably pick, I'll do like a diagram to show what we're going to stitch each month. And we'll just pick a section of the chart. We'll start in the top left, and we'll pick a section of the chart, and we'll just stitch that section a month, kind of like we're doing for the Sew by Row or for the Shine On that we're in the midst of right now. We just stitch one section each month to try to keep it manageable for everybody. Jennifer says, I would totally do Midnight Garden, love it, but don't go to the ground over. I was just kidding. I can totally handle it. Valeria, I didn't make it to the end. Oh, the other night you didn't. Well, I'm glad you could join us for some of it. Hello, Vintage Chic Stitcher. Hello, so glad you could be here. So Flea Market Flowers Stitch Long is up on the website. You can reserve your spot. And then let's jump into our stitch alongs for this month. We're starting a new month. Guess what, you guys? It's April. It's next month. It's April. It's here. So we have new stitches. Invoices were all sent like last weekend. Everybody who's paid their invoices, your stitch along stuff, you've either received it or it's on its way to you. If you haven't paid your invoice, make sure you check your email, check your spam, check all those places in case you're missing an invoice. And I had a bunch of you guys send emails to customer service at happylittlestitchshop.com. And for whatever reason, those were not coming through. So thank you so much to those of you who you know that I'm going to get back to you within a couple days when you send me an email. For anything you need, you know that if it's longer than, I mean, quite honestly, if it's longer than a few hours, then okay, raise an eyebrow. But if it's longer than 48 hours, for sure, there's like, I have not seen it. I have not received it. I don't have it. So thankfully, some of you followed up and said, I sent you this email. I'm not sure if you got it. And you sent it to just the happylittlestitchshop@gmail.com and it came through. So just a heads up to people, for some reason, something's going on with my customer service email and I'm looking into that. In the meantime, just use happylittlestitchshop@gmail.com if you need to send me an email, because those are coming through fine. But I missed quite a few of the customer service emails. And thankfully, you guys reached out and sent me another email so that I could get on the ball with what was happening. I have the chart for Flea Market Flowers, but would love to do the stitch along. Could I just get the fabric and floss? I will totally work with you on that, Stephanie. Absolutely. Just send me an email and we can work through that. Yes, I got your info, Missouri Stitcher. I got it. I haven't sent out any prizes yet, but I'm going to do that. And I was kicking myself because I got a bunch of orders, since Tuesday, and I wasn't paying attention to if some of the people who won prizes placed an order. Oh, I hate it when that happens. So prizes will get sent out. Okay, so here's what we're working on in April. Spooky Hollow by Little Stitch Girl. We are on chart 8 now. And when I say we, I mean you, because I fell so far behind in the stitch long. My hope is to still do it someday. I'll be honest, who knows if that will happen, but I do love it. I think it's adorable. I loved stitching it when I was keeping up with it, but I have fallen behind. So Cemetery is the one for this month. You are welcome, Sharon. Happy Easter to you too. But need fabric and pattern. Sounds good. Just email me, Elizabeth, and I will totally work with you guys on that stuff. Yeah, so this is the Cemetery for Spooky Hollow. This is what we're working on in April. You guys should totally check out Eva. I think her name on Instagram is A Mom in a Car. I think she is keeping up with this stitch along, and she's doing it all as one big piece, and it is so cute. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And she's totally keeping up with it, and it looks awesome. And by the way, have you guys come down off of your Lori Holt high yet? Were you so surprised that she joined us last week? I was so surprised. Question about Little Miracles. Does it matter what kind of backing we use? No. Nope, it doesn't matter, because these aren't going to be used in the NICU. If they were going to be used in the NICU, then there would probably be stipulations on what could be used and what couldn't. But the stipulations are so strict for NICU babies that these cannot be used in the NICU. So they're going to go home with the families when they graduate from the NICU as like a, yay, you graduated from the NICU. So no, any of those are fine, Megan. Hello, the Grammy's life. Okay, I was super excited. I did reach out to Lori that night just to thank her for popping on and saying hello. She was so sweet. She said that she's all set to stitch the Brick House sampler with us in September. She said, I'm all ready for September. I was like, we're so excited to stitch with you. That's so awesome. Thank you so much for joining. And I thanked her for jumping on, and she was super duper sweet. And I should have reminded her, because she said, I just happened to pop on and I saw that you were starting. And I was like, well, if you happen to pop on every Thursday at 1:30, please feel free to join us, because we would love to have you. Like, Lori, you are welcome to pop on our live stream at any time. We would love, love, love to have you. I got so many messages after last week. You guys were so excited. I was so excited. My husband bought me flowers. He heard me scream. So he was right outside the door in the kitchen getting a drink of water and he heard me say, oh my gosh, it's Lori Holt. He heard it. And so he knew that something was happening, and he was on his way out the door to go to the store. And so I come out and there are these flowers like all over the kitchen. I said, what are you doing? He goes, I heard the exciting news when you were on your live that Lori Holt. So he's starting to understand who Lori Holt is. Of course, my kids, as soon as my oldest child came down, she was like, really? Did Lori Holt come on your live stream? And I was like, yes. And she's like, oh my gosh, it was so funny. So it was super, super nice. And I got flowers from my husband because of Lori. So there's that. I feel like I should send her flowers. I should have sent a picture of the flowers to share with her. Let me see. I watched last week's stream last night. I was so bummed I missed her live. I was so excited for you. Thank you, Sandy. Brandy is so sweet of him. He is a keeper. He is a keeper. Teresa, LOL. Sam, just saw your comment. Absolutely lost in translation. Oh, that is to Kim. Okay. I was lost in my translation. What a sweetie. So sweetie gets Hubby of the Year award. That is really sweet of him. Brownie points. Yeah. Brownie points. So that was exciting. Okay. We're also moving on to April, trucking along. I think we're almost done with this. I think we have May. Is that right? I think we have May left, and then we're done with this one. And I got a request to do a stitch along for Stitching with the Housewives calendar crates, their new series. It's another year-long series that you get a new pattern each month. It's like a month of the year stitch along. So I got a few requests actually to do a calendar crate stitch along. And so that is on the website as well. So if you are interested in joining the calendar crate stitch along by Stitching with the Housewives, that one is going to start in June as well. And it will be very similar to this, where you get the, floss and the pattern. And then like every other month, you'll get a cloth to keep going. So that's on the website too. You can reserve your spot for that. Let me see if I have. So right now we're working on April. I think I have. Yeah, here is the first release from the calendar crate series. You guys can see that there. So July is going to be the first one. So we'll stitch July and June, and that way you'll be ahead a month. But this is the first release for the calendar crate series. So that stitch along reservation is also in the shop for you to sign up for. Okay, then we are moving on to Glitter House 4. Yes, Elizabeth. So they just released, I think those were for March. I don't remember. But yes, those patriotic stitches that they just released, Stitching with the Housewives, I ordered those. And so as soon as they ship them to me, I'll have them. It is wrong that I have to go back and check to see if I already did wrestling. It is not wrong. Stephanie, that happens more than you know. It happens a lot. So that is not wrong at all. Yeah, Mickey, it was so sweet. So we're working on Glitter House 4 this month. And my mom is stitching this with you guys. And she did, which one is 4? She did 4. That's this one. So mom's is done. There is her number 4. Super cute. She is really liking this series. And she is super excited to start Main Street with you guys, which will start in, and she's doing animal stacks too. So she's doing Main Street and animal stacks, and both of those start in May. I think Animal Stacks just ran out. Somebody just reserved the last spot, but I think there are still some spots left in Main Street. Cute way to go, Mom. I am 2 houses behind now. I have to catch up. They stitch up pretty quickly from what I understand, although she's kind of a mad stitcher, so she goes pretty fast. Yes, the Glitter House frames I got off of Amazon, Jody. I can share a link for those. They're very affordable. You can buy them kind of in bulk almost. But my mom she's not too picky about stuff like that. And so those are going to be hers. So she's going to take them to her house once I'm done sharing them with you guys each week. But she liked those. And I like the white because I think it brings out more of the white in the stitch. And they're just very basic frames. So I got them off of Amazon. What is the Glitter Village stitched on? So we stitched it for this stitch along on 14 count Ada, and the cloth is called Stardust by Charles Craft, and it's in gold. So they have different colors. They have like a silver Stardust and a gold Stardust, and we did ours in gold. I love their calendar crates, says Mickey, just waiting for that piece at Hobby Lobby to go on sale, and I'm going to snag it. I want your mom to visit me for a month, please, says Valeria. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Then we're also moving on in our early American stitch along. We're moving on to Nathan Hale. So this is the chart that you've either just received or it's coming your way. And I will share my progress in my new bag from Tammy. I think I finished. Yeah, I finished Martha Washington. So I haven't started Nathan Hale yet, but that's where we're at so far with our early American stitch along. This one is a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed stitching this series so far. They're just cute and they're quick little stitches. They don't take, Mount Vernon took a little bit of time. That house took a little bit of time, but for the most part, the other ones have gone pretty quickly. So I'm really liking this stitch along. I can't wait to finish it and hang it up. So that's where we're at for early Americans. We're moving on to Nathan Hale. And then I get back on the stitch card bandwagon because I had stitched the first 3 like last summer, I think. And then I wanted to wait and then stitch with you guys. So I'm going to do, this is what we're doing in April, number 4, and I'm turning all mine into teeny tiny pillows. So I'm excited to stitch this up and then make another pillow. And then I'm really excited to move on to B. And there's so many cute stitch card sets coming up. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'm super excited about it. So then we're working on this one for April. And then in May, so at the end of April, you'll be invoiced for stitch card set B. And then we'll start working on stitch card set B in May. So this is a quarterly stitch along. So you'll get a new chart every quarter. That's how that one works. Are you getting the new set? I am, Stacy. I am going to get H. And I will have that in the shop. Yes. For posting. Yes. Okay. Brandy, I'm so glad that you said that about Cassie because she shared her. Oh, I'm just moving on to it right now. Actually, that's perfect timing. The quarterly project is on the cards. How do we know what the quarterly project is on the cards? So each one, it says on the side. So it says number 1, number 2. So the first month of the quarter, we do number 1. Then the second month, we do number 2. Third month, number 3. Fourth month, number 4. So on each card, it tells you what number it is. So I'm so glad that Brandy said that. Many different ways to prepare stitch products. Kim, so I've been asked to do a framing tutorial and I will try to do that. Sometimes, I just pop the sucker into a frame and I don't do anything special with it. Like for my mom's glitter house stuff, we just kind of put it in there and that's that. But for some, I do put it on mounting board and use some batting behind it. I should put batting behind those because it does kind of show through a little bit. So I have been asked to do a tutorial and I just have not done that yet. My frames are ordered and so excited to finish the sampler. Yes. Okay. So here's the deal. We're moving on to sampler of the month. We're moving on to May, and I'm super excited about stitching this one because it is so darn cute. It's very cute. It's got little bees and little honeycombs, and the flowers are really cute, and the colors are just, I'm digging this whole chart this month. I think it's really, really cute. So we're moving on to May for that. I finished April, and so did Cassie. And Cassie shared on our Happy Little Stitchers Facebook group. She shared her finish, and she found a frame, which, as we know, we've discussed on here before, that it is difficult to find the frames, and they're also kind of pricey. And so she found a frame from an Etsy shop called Cheeky Sheep. Right? Is that what it's called? Cheeky Sheep? Yeah, Cheeky Sheep, Etsy shop. And she found a frame, very affordable. It's custom sized in order to fit this. I think it's a 4x9 frame. She got it. She likes it. Her stitch is super cute in it. So that is a frame option for you guys if you're looking for a frame option for these stitches. And then I think she's just going to change it out each month. So you just need one frame and then you can just change it out each month. And then Brandy's going to order some. I looked at it. I'm debating. Right? I know, Joe. I'm kind of the same. So it just depends. It depends on the stitch for me. Sometimes I just, pop it in there and make sure it's all squared up and centered and not wrinkly, and we're good to go. And then other times, depending on what I'm going to use it for, I'll do different finishes with it. Like this one, for example, was our February stitch spotlight. And so I really wanted this to be in a circle. I don't know. I just felt like it should be in a circle. So I put in a little bit more effort with this one to mount it to a mounting board. And then here's the secret that I've not seen anybody else do. So I'm kind of proud of myself for thinking of it. But this is just stuck on here with a command strip. Okay. So I have a command strip on this side, the Velcro command strip on this side, and then I can remove it from this piece without doing any damage to it if I decide I want to use this for something else, which I likely will. And so then I can just pull this off and this isn't damaged at all, and I can use it for something else. Or I can just keep switching out whatever I want to put on here. So command strips are like amazing. It's super easy to just... See, just pop them back on there and then you're good to go. You don't have to worry about hot gluing anything. It's already, has an adhesive on one side of it. So you don't have to worry about doing hot glue. Just get those command strips that have, Velcro on one side, that rough Velcro piece on one side and the rough piece on the other. And then they have to kind of lock together. And that's what I use for that. And it's pretty slick. I mean, you don't have to worry about, like I said, gluing anything on there. You can remove it from your decor piece and not do any damage to it. So it's pretty slick. It works very, very nicely. I'm so excited to see Maze. I know Maze is so adorable. Just retrieved it from my mailbox and putting in the first row as I watch. Awesome, Sue. Cheeky Sheep is where I got my frame, says Kim. Oh, nice. Okay, people are aware of Cheeky Sheep. What a great idea. Easier than magnets. Yeah, so that's what I found. I think command strips are super easy. So stinking cute. It is, Mickey. I cannot wait to get started. Missouri Stitcher says, genius. Oh, thank you. Marcia says, genius. Smart idea, says Erin. Pumpkin sews. Yeah, so I love command strips. It's super easy. If I can figure out a way to get command strips in my life instead of doing other things, that's the way that I will go because it's very easy. So sampler of the month, we're moving on to May. It's super cute. I can't wait to start it. We're also moving on to Snowflake Stand for our Snow Village stitch by Country Cottage Needleworks. And you guys, I was trying so hard to get all of my stitches done for March by the end of March. I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to stitch round the clock until I get these stitches done because I do not want to start April behind. Well, that's how far I got. That's how far I got on Snow Village. So I still have some work to do on the Skate and Sled Shop. I'm hoping it goes quickly and then I can get started on Snowflake Stand. But, you know, I was stitching this one and I kind of, I don't know, like I was just, I needed something different. Like do you ever get to the end of the month and you feel like, okay, I got to crank through this. I don't want to fall behind. And so I want to get this stitch done, but you're just not feeling it. And so that's kind of was my problem. I still had Shine On to also finish by the end of the month. So I pulled this out because these colors always make me happy. And it's just such a bright and fun stitch. And sometimes it's about switching up the cloth for me. Like if I switch up the cloth, then I can kind of get into a groove again. So this is 25 count Lugana. And I really liked kind of switching it up and stitching on 25 count Lugana for a while. So this is my Shine On. I'm not quite done with March yet. I'm still working on it, but here's my story. So I pull this out to start stitching it for a change of pace. And I go to find like the picture of our chart and what we're supposed to be stitching for March. So I knew what section I needed to finish by the end of the month. And I pull it out and I was like, what? Our stitch along ends at the end of March? Like this is our last month and I'm supposed to stitch the entire rest of this chart. And so I kept saying that we had a couple more months left on this stitch along. I didn't think it ended till May. And so clearly I did not get the memo, but the rest of this stitch, so I have the rest of these little blocks down here to do, which are not many. And then I have this to finish and just a few things in here. So I have like this L right here to finish and then I'm done. So it's not a ton to do, but I was just surprised that the stitch along is done. Like it ended in March and how come nobody let me know that? I was very surprised. For some reason, I must have had it mixed up with Sew by Row because I think Sew by Row ends in May. And so I think I had the two of them mixed up. So I was thinking that I just had a section to do, but then I was like, oh my gosh, this stitch is going to be done, which made me feel good when I added the Flea Market Flowers stitch along because I thought, well, I didn't know that I was going to be done with Shine On. And now I feel like I have an opening in order to squeeze in that Flea Market Flowers one. That's about how far you are in Snow Village 2, Brandy. Yours looks so good. Oh, thank you. I feel like I'm not doing my best stitching on that one. You know, like a lot of times you can just have a feeling, at least I do. When I'm stitching something, I think, okay, this one's going really well. Like I'm in a rhythm. I'm enjoying it. The stitches are laying nicely. Like it's all going very well. And then there are ones where I feel like I'm just not, it just doesn't feel like it's jiving. And so that's kind of how I feel with Snow Village a little bit. I don't know if it's the cloth that maybe I'm not loving. I'm not sure what it is, but it feels like a struggle with that one more so than other ones. So I feel like I'm not doing my best stitching on that one, but you know, sometimes you just have to own that and go with it. And so that's where I'm at with that. You got a lot done since Tuesday. I did. I tried to really stitch as much as I could. So smart to use command strip. I have bags full of those. Yay. Use them up, Mickey. I love the magnet washer idea, but I'm sure mine will get bumped and fall off. It turns into a chore instead of being fun. Sometimes it can. And so then I try to just, you know, take a break because you don't ever want your passion or your outlet to turn into that type of feeling. And sometimes it's like I said, it's the cloth or, you know, something's just off. But I'm just kind of going with it. I think maybe if, then I'll hit a groove and then it'll be good, but I just haven't hit that groove yet. What fabric are you using on Snow Village? It's called Country French Rain. It's by Wichell. It's a very pretty cloth. I have wanted to stitch on it for a long time, and it's 16 count Aida. To stitch Santa's Village. Yeah. Yeah, because I think you just need one package. If I remember from doing stitchy math for Santa's Village, I think you just need one package of like an 18 by 25 piece of cloth. And that's what Wichell sells their prepackaged stuff as, a fat quarter, a little bit bigger than a fat quarter. And I think that Santa's Village will fit on that. So yeah, I think that would work, Margaret. And you just need to let me know if you have a cloth preference, it's going to be different than what we're stitching on, so that I can make sure to make a note and make sure to have that for you. We are all not done either. I feel that about quilts. Yeah, sometimes you just kind of get out of the groove, I think, with whatever you're doing. And then you hit that groove again. Like right now, I feel like I'm really in a quilting groove. And I feel like I'm in a groove with some of my cross stitches, but just not all of them. And I think that might be because there's just a lot happening right now, which is good. I don't mind it. I don't mind being busy. That's not a complaint. But sometimes when you juggle things can become discombobulated and you just get out of a groove. So I'll get back into it. I'm not worried about it. I'm still working on my shine on. You're further than me. I feel that way with Glitter Village, not turning on as I thought it would. Yeah, so I think it's kind of part of the process. That's what I'm chalking it up to. It's part of the process. So we're also working on this one, Sew by Row by Lori Holt. And we'll be wrapping this one up just in time to start Flea Market Flowers. So that's kind of perfect timing, which is why I really wanted to start it in June. I did think about pushing it back and starting it like in the fall, but we have a few new stitch alongs starting in July. And then we have a bunch of new ones coming in the fall, as well as some samplers that we're doing. So I saw an opening in June and I thought, let's just take that opening and do it very slowly so it's not overwhelming for people. So that's why I decided to jump in June to do that. But this is Sew by Row. We did the irons and now we're going to move on to the spools for this month. This one has been fun to stitch. I've liked this, and I've really liked that we're doing a slow roll for it because it's fun to just stitch a section, put it away, bring it out the next month, and kind of get excited about starting a next section. So I'm liking that. So this month for April, we're working on the spools. So those will be fun. Those will be fun to stitch. You're welcome, Margaret. I fell behind on this. Gave up. Maybe I should pick it back up with you. Yeah, just finish it. Oh, when you're so close, don't hang it up. Just finish it. I'm going to make the quilt version of, people have been asking us to do a quilt along for that, for the quilt version. And I've had a lot of requests for it. And I think if people are interested, we're going to put that back on the table for next year. So if people are interested in doing that Sew by Row quilt, I think it would be lovely. But we have so much stuff going on this year that we might table it and then talk about it again next year and see if people are still interested in it at that time. But it's a beautiful quilt. Have fun. I've not even started either one. I'm on the irons. Yes, you're almost done. Just pick it up with us. We're just moving on to the spools. Happy Easter, Erin. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We'll be the same one next year. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so those are all of the stitch alongs that we're working on right now. I think I got through all of them. We switched over because today is the 1st of April. So our April Stitch Spotlight is, I shared this with you guys, a sneak peek last week. But this is our April Stitch Spotlight. It's called Spring Gathering, and it is by Scattered Seed Samplers. And it's super cute. My mom stitched this, and I finished it. And I love it. It just screamed basket to me with Easter eggs around it and just springy and rustic, but fun and cute. So I found all the stuff that I needed, got it finished last week, I think. And this is our April Stitch Spotlight. So I'm super excited about this. I hope a lot of you will grab the kit and stitch this one up because it's very, very cute. My mom just kept going on and on as she was stitching it. She was like, I love this stitch. It is so cute. She loved the little pipe in the bunny's mouth. There are two versions. So there's Spring Gathering, and then there's, I can't remember what the other one's called, but it's in the shop. And they kind of are very similar. The other one also has a bunny. It has a basket of Easter eggs, I think, and then it has ABC instead of 1, 2, 3. So I had ordered both of them as potential options for our April Stitch Spotlight. And my mom picked this one because she just loved the little pipe in his mouth and the little chicks in the basket. So this one is super cute. I hope that you will stitch through April by stitching Spring Gathering with me or with us. All right, so that's Spring Gathering. That's now on the home page. I switched it. It's now on the home page and it's available out there. I didn't show the Cottage of the Month, Carla. We are also doing Cottage of the Month, May. I forgot to pull it. And I forgot to pull mine because I usually share the one. So I'm going to share that next week. But we're also moving on to May for our Cottage of the Month stitch along. May is really cute too because that one, if I remember correctly, has bees, some bees flying around as well. No honeycomb or hives, no beehives, but there are bees in that one if I remember correctly. I signed up for the Hometown Sew Along. Do you have a suggestion on how to sew individual or in groups? For that Hometown Sew Along, Hometown Holidays, it is massive. It is, there are 21 charts in that series. So it is very, very big. And the charts vary slightly. So to stitch it all as one piece would be it would be very difficult. So that is not something that I would personally recommend. You would need a very large piece of cloth in order to stitch all as one piece. Now I have heard of some people who are going to stitch it as one piece. And I say, if that's what you want to do, if that's what's going to make your stitchy life happy, then go for it. Do not be deterred by me. But I personally feel like it would be difficult to get them all arranged, considering that they are of varying sizes, to get them all arranged to look nice. Now, that being said, I have seen, and this is what I'm thinking of doing with mine, I have seen some that are stitched as rows and then framed and displayed like right above each other. And I really like that idea. And if I can find a picture, and if you remind me next week, I will show you a picture of it because I saved the picture so that I could remember how they have it arranged. But it's super cute. They have maybe somewhere between 3 to 5. I want to say 4 or 5 of the charts all put together, and they're connected. So it looks like a little winter landscape in this little holiday town. So I think it looks lovely. But I think stitching all 21 of them as one big piece, that would be very challenging to do. But stitching in little groups or stitching individually, that would be my recommendation. If that helps, Jean, I hope that helps. Said she'll release one chart a year for the next couple of years as well. Yeah, because she just released one. I think it was Pet Store or something. I can't remember what the post office maybe. I don't remember. But I do think that there are going to be some add-ons, yes, to that series for a while. I don't know when she'll end. But Stacy says that Diane Williams said she'll release one chart a year for the next couple of years as well. So there could be a couple more added. I'm going to stitch them as ornaments. Beautiful. Kids are coming home from school. Take care, Margaret. Take care. Okay, so that catches us up on stitch along stuff. Now let's move on to quilting quickly. All right, really quickly. Let me see. I've got some kits to share with you. I'm going to give you an update on Vintage Christmas. So we are doing our Vintage Christmas Sew Along, and I had a few emails this morning about people asking when it's going to start. The goal is that we're going to start this month in April. And as I shared with you on a previous live, we had talked about, is there going to be a schedule that goes out? And I had said I was going to try to do this a little bit differently. Instead of sending a piece of paper in your kit to let you know what dates we're going to sew what, I kind of want to make it more personal and do have YouTube, do a YouTube video and have that be our central hub for our stitch along, for our sew along. So I'll do a video to let you know what blocks we're going to be working on that month. And it's not going to be a tutorial because, like I've said before, you guys are far better sewists than I am. And so you don't need me telling you what to do, but it's just going to be kind of an introduction, like, okay, here we are on month 1. These are the blocks that we're going to be working on. And then I'll go and I'll sew my block, and then I'll share any issues or hiccups that I ran into, if I run into any while I'm making it, and any tips or tricks that I feel might be helpful. But then I really encourage all of you to comment below on what you're doing that might be helpful to other people, or tips and tricks that you have, and have that be kind of the central location for our sew along. So each month people can then look at that video and then read all the comments for those blocks that we're working on that month to see if there's any tips or tricks or any, inspiration or help, that encouragement or whatever that people are looking for. And then for month 2, when they're working on that blocks, all of that information will be in one place as well. So that's what I'm hoping would be helpful, to have a video be the central thing. Then you're not searching through Facebook to try to find, what was said where. You can just go to that video and all of those comments will be right there to help you out when you're stitching or when you're sewing along. Thank you, Huckleberry. Oh, yes, Mickey, jumping on after the grocery shopping. Hi, Beth. So my plan is to post the first video this month, hopefully within the next week or so. That's my hope. Fingers crossed, depending on how it goes. But we're going to start this month. Now, as you know, all of you who were in the first round of kits, that you reserved your kits like back in October, you should all have your kits. So all of those have gone out. I might be waiting on a payment for a couple people, but everybody has their stuff. Now I am going through and I'm working on round 2 of kits to try to get everybody who's on my waiting list a kit. So my fingers are crossed. It's looking hopeful. I'm hoping that will happen. So I'm working on doing that right now. I made my second order of fabric, but they are short on a couple bolts that I need. So I'm waiting for those bolts. And as soon as those bolts come, I will cut that. I will get it into the kit, and then your kits will get shipped out to you. I will contact you, to let you know I have a kit for you. And then once it's paid for and all of that, then it'll get shipped out to you. So that's where we're at for Vintage Christmas. I'm hoping to get that posted, and then we can start our sew along. The tricky part is for those of you who are in round 2 of the kits, you may not get your kit until May. I'm hoping May, as long as there are no delays with the fabric that I'm waiting for. So that kind of puts, the timing is a little wonky with that, which really bums me out. But I know that there are a lot of you who really want to get this finished by Christmas, and we're not going to get finished by Christmas if we don't start sooner rather than later. So that's my plan. That's my plan for Vintage Christmas. It's going to be posted soon, and I'm super excited about it. Oh my gosh. I've been working with this fabric, cutting up these kits for months now, because it's been months that I've been cutting up these kits. And it is so pretty. It is so pretty. This fabric is so pretty. And this is the kit. Look, it's like a chunk of fabric. This is no joke. There's a lot of fabric here. And the fabric is so pretty, you guys. And just a reminder, there are 3 panels. All of your kits are packaged the same way. So your kit should look exactly like this, because I handle every single kit that I'm making. So it should look exactly like this. You'll get 2 bags. This bag contains all of your fat quarters. Okay, I wanted to make it easy so that when you need a fat quarter, it's in this bag. Keep in mind that there are 3 fat quarter panels at the back, the green, blue, and red. 3 fat quarter panels at the back, and there are 4 fat quarters on each of those panels. So if you don't see the fat quarter you're looking for in these first piles that are cut up, be sure, don't forget that there are other fat quarters on these panels, and that could be what you're looking for is on that panel. So how do we know if we are on the wait list for Vintage Christmas, Justine? Just send me an email and I can check and see if you are on my list. I can't remember because my list is growing. So just send me an email, happylittlestitchshop@gmail.com, Justine, and I will double check for you and just let you know if you're on the list. I have not put a reservation out there again for it because I really want to be sure. I don't want to get in a position where I've oversold something. So because the fabric coming in is so scattered due to delays and due to them getting ready to discontinue this collection and all of that, I am not putting a reservation out there because I want to make sure that everybody that I have on my list is covered. I don't want to, you know, sell anybody short. And so I want to be sure that everybody's covered. And then if I have something left over, then I will put it out there. I will put it out there. Okay, so that I'm super excited about, hoping to start soon. Really quick, while we are on the subject of Lori Holt, Sew Simple Shape Remix is getting ready to come your way. So I had a huge response from the Sew Simple Shape Remix kit. So many of you reached out and asked about it and want to receive the kit. So I placed my order for any fabric that I needed to order that I didn't have. And so just a reminder, this is the first block for the remix. And fabric is arriving. And so I should be able to, my hope is to be in touch with people next week that I will have kits ready. So keep an eye on your email next week for your Sew Simple Shape Remix month 1 to make this adorable bird block. I'm super excited to make it. When I put it online for you to order, you will have the option of getting just the kit with just the fabric, or you will have a pull down box that you can choose kit only, or you can choose kit with shapes. So I've got a ton of Sew Simple Shapes Prim Sew Simple Shapes in, a ton of them. And some of you have already been ordering yours because maybe you're sewing from your stash or something like that. So I got a ton of these in because the response was so huge. So all of them have arrived. These are in the shop. So if you need the Prim Sew Simple Shapes, they're out there for you to grab. I went through the book and made up a cutting list of all the background fabric so I can mass cut. And then I'm using bags to orient. Oh, good idea. Back with dog here. Tongue is hanging out. She looks pathetic. Oh. Yeah. So all the shapes are in. I also got restocked interfacing because that was getting very low in the shop. And so interfacing has been restocked, and I was out of glue, and glue arrived yesterday. And so the applique glue has also been restocked. And the Clover point turners, I'm out of stock on those, but they are in transit to me right now. So those should be arriving soon. Applique pins, I'm fully stocked on for that. Design boards, I'm fully stocked on 10-inch and 7-inch design boards. I'm also debating about getting 14-inch design boards in because I found a box that I can ship it in. So I was so excited about that when the box came. And I was like, okay, sometimes you get the measurements of the box and it doesn't actually end up fitting once the box is actually here, even though the measurements say it should fit. When you try to put it in there, it doesn't fit. And so that had been happening with my 10-inch boards, and it was driving me crazy. So I finally got a box that fits the 10-inch boards nicely. So I'm happier with how that is working out. I like my stuff to be shipped to you guys nicely. So when you open it, you're like, oh, it's like a little gift to yourself. You know, I package each one of those shipments carefully to try to have it be like a little present that you're getting when you're getting it. And so the box for the 10-inch design boards was bugging me, but that has been resolved. And so I'm very excited about that. And now that I have a box plan, now I'm thinking about adding 14-inch design boards, but is that a size that people are interested in? I feel like I would like to have a 14-inch design board, but do other people want 14-inch design boards as well? Okay, Stacy says, okay, so I understand correctly. We can order with or without shapes. Yes, Stacy. Yep. So there will be an option to order just the kit with fabric only, or to order the fabric kit with shapes. So you'll have both options to make it easy for you. You can always, just order the kit and add shapes on separately, but I will provide the option to order both of them together if you need to. I need to win the lottery. Hopefully she'll be able to rest now. Yes, I did it with. Yes, that's a good idea, Morgan. The other thing that I have ordered that is not here yet for these So Simple shapes, I don't know if you caught Lori's YouTube video, but she went over how she stores these, and she has these really nice pocket I don't know what it's called. They're like vinyl pockets that you can put in a 3-ring binder, and that's how she keeps her shapes. So I have ordered more binders, the bigger binders that she stores her So Simple shapes in, because I like being organized. And if I am going to be doing this remix, I'm going to do it in an organized way. So I'm getting organized right off the bat. Like, I'm not going to have shapes laying around here and then losing some of them. I'm going to do it right off the bat the correct way. So I ordered the bigger binder. It's on back order. I ordered the smaller binder because I'm going to keep all of my So Simple sew along guides in there, because you need to reference that for fabric sizes and stuff like that for whatever So Simple shapes she's picking to use for that month. So I got the smaller binder to keep all of my sew along guides in, and some sheet protectors. So I'm going to put the sheet protectors in the binder, put the sew along guides in the smaller binder. And I have the bigger vinyl pockets to store your shapes in, and the bigger binder, those are coming. So those will all be available in the shop. Okay. Yes to 14-inch, I'm seeing. Yes to 14-inch. Angela, will you carry the low hurt binder sleeves? Yes. Yes. Yep. So those binder sleeves that you're talking about, Sandy, that's what I'm talking about, that you can store. It has like a little zipper on it. It's almost like a Ziploc baggie, but it's vinyl. It's not like plastic. It's vinyl, and you can put it in a 3-ring binder, and then you can open it, and all of your So Simple shapes for that grouping can be in that binder sleeve. And so I think it's brilliant, and she has specific sleeves for that. So I have ordered them, and they are coming. Lori has all the cool toys. Lynn says yes to a 14-inch. Okay, then I'm going to order some of those. For storing all the different shapes. Yes, yes, yes. Are the Lori ironing board covers on back order? They are. Yes, they are, April. And thank you for reminding me of that. But yes, I have placed an order for them because I know that you wanted one, and they're still on back order. I have not received them. They look like the old pencil pouches. Exactly. That's what it is. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So the ironing board covers, Huckleberry and April, I have ordered them. They are on back order. And as soon as they get here, I will let you know. But please follow up with me so that I don't forget. It never bothers me to have people follow up. Please follow up and let me know. Okay. So then I have some stuff to share with you quickly, because we're getting over on our time. First of all, Camp Woodland. This is the Camp Woodland Picnic Quilt Kit. We have these in the shop. If you are interested in making such a cute kit, if you're interested in making that, we have 4 more NICU Little Miracles quilts to go to reach 100. We are almost there. We're going to hit it, and we're going to do that trunk show after Easter. So I'm excited to share everybody's beautiful quilts with you guys. Also coming, these are delayed. So for those of you who have reservations out there for Sunday Stroll by Bonnie and Camille. This one is out there for reservation, as is the Fat Quarter Bundle. This has been delayed a little bit. They're about, I want to say maybe 3 to 5 weeks delayed. So this was supposed to come in March. I'm hoping it comes in April. We'll have to see. But if you reserved any Sunday Stroll, it is delayed. Same thing with Spring Chicken. Spring Chicken by Sweetwater. We had these kits out there for reservation, and the Fat Quarter Bundle. I think the Fat Quarter Bundle is still open for reservation if you want a Fat Quarter Bundle of this adorable collection, but this is also delayed. It was supposed to come in March. Hopefully it will come this month in April. And then we also have coming this month, Crystal Lane is due in April. It might be delayed until May, which gives you more time to reserve your goodies. This is by Bunny Hill Designs. So this one might be delayed until May. But we have this beautiful Crystal Lane quilt kit out there to be reserved. And we have, I think I just have a couple of blue spruce left to be reserved. This is the quilt kit that I just showed you for the Camp Woodland picnic quilt kit. It's beautiful. I'm going to make this. I'm so looking forward to it. I just posted today, month 2 of our Oh Happy Day sew along. So month 2, I'm on schedule this time, April 1st, and I got month 2 posted. I was super happy about that. So it's not late. It's out there on time. And it's definitely worth a watch because there were some things that I ran into when making these blocks for this month that you'll want to know about. So be sure to watch the video that I posted this morning for month 2 of Oh Happy Day Sew Along. That one is a fun one to make too. And then I have seen so many of you purchasing the Flea Market Flowers table runner. And it makes me so excited every time I see an order come through. It makes me so excited. I'm finishing mine up. I have all my blocks done. All of the piecing, like the block piecing is done. I just have to put the thing together. So I'm nearly done. I'm very, very excited about it. But this is super, super cute. Great way to jump into applique if you're just learning and have a small, manageable, easy project to do. And it's an adorable table runner. I cannot wait to get it done. And then Mother's Day is going to be right around the corner. I have some Mother's Day pillow kits in the shop. These are listed out in the shop. Be sure to check it out. It's super cute. Look at that. It says Mother in the middle. My mom is making these pillow kits. And Elizabeth, hers looks awesome. The one you did for April was so cute. The April raindrop one. So the Mother's one is in the shop. And I also have some of Bev's. This is designed by Beverly McCullough. This is the June kit. Yeah. So this is a little pillow kit with a happy sunshine on it. So that is also available in the shop. And then I'm going to share with you. I don't know the answer to that, Elizabeth. Yay, Debbie. That's right. Yes, I just got yours out. I was so excited to see your order come through. Oh, good, Huckleberry. Okay, so these are my Oh Happy Day blocks that I just finished. So for month 1, we cut up the panel. We did this big block for month 1. And we did this smaller block for month 1. And this smaller block for month 1. And now for month 2, we had another big one. So that one is done. It's really the fabric in this Oh Happy Day line is really, really cute. We had a little house one. You guys know that I love houses. So the house ones are done. And this one. So that brings us up to date for the first 2 months of Oh Happy Day. Again, be sure that you check out that YouTube video for our Oh Happy Day So Long month 2. And then I also did my blocks for Shine On this past weekend. We got 3 of these adorable little star blocks. These were super cute. When I got them done, I was like, oh my gosh, those are so cute. And this one for Shine On, our Shine On block of the month. These were our blocks for March that I finished just in the nick of time. So that brings me up to date on Shine On block of the month. Now I need to move on to April. And then really quick, on Tuesday night, we talked about Quilt Fair, the next collection that is coming in November from Tasha Noel. Beautiful star blocks, says Kim. Thank you. Those are really, really nice. Thank you, Sam. So pretty, Angela. Perfect points. Thank you, Trisha, although it does not feel like it. You know, when you're making it, I'm always like, oh my gosh, that's off. That's off. It can drive a person crazy. And then sometimes you just need to let it go. So I'm trying to just do better about letting it go. Everything's not going to be perfect, and that is okay. Oh, happy Easter, Sandy. Too scared to start Shine On. Don't be scared, Joe. Just jump in and start it. Such cute fabric. It is so cute. Yeah, so Quilt Fair is coming, and I had said to you guys this would be a perfect collection to do a Dresden quilt, and I didn't have my blocks with me at the time, but with Tasha's last collection called Simple Goodness, I am turning it into a Dresden quilt. So here are my Simple Goodness Dresdens. But though, you know, that fabric is just perfect for fussy cutting that centerpiece. And so many of these little pictures remind me of, like, this picture right here is me in my grandma's babushka picking apples from her apple tree. Like, she had apple trees out on her farm, and I would wear her little scarf and go out and pick apples. So many of these pictures remind me of different things from my youth. But her collections are just perfect for fussy cutting out little Dresden centers. So this is kind of what I was thinking. People have asked for a Dresden tutorial, and I feel like that collection could really lend itself well to putting together kits for a Dresden sew along. What do you think? What are your thoughts? That one I already did. There's a little flower one. And again, this one, picking strawberries with my grandma. So I've got lots of Dresden blocks here, and I just need to put it together. This one is another really cute one. So I wanted to share this. I told you guys I would share this today because I didn't have these blocks handy on Tuesday night. But it's super, super cute. You can totally do it. Yes, I do believe in you, Joe. Those blocks are amazing, Angel. So pretty. Thank you, Kim. I have to share because I'm cracking up. My daughter just got home from taking her dog to the dog park. He rolled in something smelly. She's giving him a bath. And I can, oh no, you can hear her in there gagging. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. That is hysterical, Stephanie. It's like the new dad changing his first dirty diaper. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe a Dresden tutorial kit type of a situation for Quilt Fair, but somehow I need to gather information about that as to if people are interested in it, number one, so then I can know how much stuff to add to my order when I have to order for this. So we'll have to figure that out. So I'm just kind of tossing that idea out there right now. Think about it, and I'll need to figure out quantities and how to gather information so I know how much to order to make sure everybody's covered. Hello from the UK. I would love that, says Megan. So pretty. I would love to try them with Quilt Fair. Okay, Jody, that's good. Hello, Graham. Okay, let's do our giveaway. I'm so sorry. I'm so distracted right now. Okay, so we have a giveaway from last week. My precarious pile is going to tip over. Okay, it's safe. Last week's giveaway is the bunting, some bunting fabric. It's not a complete panel, but it is part of a panel from the Notting Hill Fabric Collection by Amy Smart, Diary of a Quilter. And the winner for this week for this beautiful panel is, my daughter wrote these out. Let's see if I can read her writing. Allison Pellegrin. Congratulations, Allison. Please send me an email at happylittlestitchshop@gmail.com to claim your prize. And then I will try to either stick it in with an order if you have an order, or I'll get it out in the mail to you. So Allison Pellegrin, you have won the Pretty Bunting partial panel. Congratulations. Thank you so much for commenting and for participating. And then this week we have a cross stitch giveaway. This one is called Welcome Home. It's a cross stitch chart by Puntini is the name of the designer. And in order to win it, you need to follow me, Happy Little Stitch Shop. Follow Happy Little Stitch Shop on Instagram or Facebook. Please join our Facebook group called Happy Little Stitchers. Please make sure you're subscribed to our Happy Little Stitch Shop YouTube channel. And please give us a thumbs up on our videos so that we can help other people find us. And the question for this week, you need to answer this question in the comment section below. And if you do all of those wonderful things, then you'll be entered into the drawing for this prize. The question for this week is, what is the best April Fool's prank that you have done to someone else or someone else has done to you? So what's the best April Fool's prank that has happened? And that's it. Then I will see you back here next week on Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on our Happy Little Stitch Shop YouTube channel. Please remember to give us a thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't already. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Easter. Have a very blessed Easter. I hope that the weather is beautiful. I hope you're able to get outside. I hope you're able to get together with maybe some family or friends and able to enjoy the holiday. So just have a wonderful, wonderful Easter. And I will see you back here again next week. I can't wait to catch up with you again. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Happy stitching.